This video is going to be about the CQ baseline trend direction indicator, version 2.0. This is the on-chart indicator. This is the no parameters version. This is very similar to the previous version, except hopefully it's easier to understand and use. And what it has is, I'm going to turn the deviation actually off, and you're going to see this outer band period and multiplier set at 2. That's what that is. That's an ATR upper and lower bands around the baseline. And then this deviation will subtract or push down or push up in the opposite direction. So we're going to put that, say, to 1. And you can see how it narrows as price starts to do something. And then it gets wider, it goes back to the envelope bands around it, so you don't get anything there. Okay, that's the idea behind this. If you don't want to use the outer band, you can set it to 0 to disable it. And when you do that, you're just getting Bollinger Bands that you can apply all these different types to it. And it also has this minimum level ATR band. You can put that to whatever. I'll put it to 1 just so you can see what it does. It just limits how close to the moving average the Bollinger Bands will get. You can obviously turn that off. You can flip these. The other thing that it has is it has this input type for the bands. You can have the high go into the high buffer and the low go into the low buffer. So that's the high, like for here, it would be that. And for this band down here, it would be the low. Or you can have the close go into both of them. So that's that arrangement. The detection, if you have it set to high or low, what it will do is it will turn this blue or orange upon the high crossing the band or the low crossing the band. Whereas if you set this to open or close, then the open or close has to be above the band or below the band, the lower band. So that's just, I kind of like the open close. So that's why I just left that at the default. Here, let me do this. Let me turn this, disable this indicator. And you can still have it down here, for example. This is the ADX VMA no parameters version. I also have the half trend, Kijun-sen simple trend, and super trend, which I want to show you. There's just something a little different. What these have is a smoothing band. Right now it's set to 1. It's not being used. So it's basically just the super trend with the bands. And then if you wanted to smooth that out a little bit, you can do that. The other thing is you could use a much higher period if you want an overall trend direction. I was kind of focusing more on the shorter term trend direction, but you can really notice it on this one. We can put this to, I'll put like to 55, and then back it out. And you can see it's for longer term. You can just use a higher number if you want and reload it. But right now I have these. These are the types that I have. And I'll probably add more, and I'll just put them on the website. I'll update it so you can tell if there's any more in there. And that's it.